I got convinced to get involved in politics without starting from where I was supposed to tell my story, by being convinced by the dean and the founder of Kellogg Graduate School in America, Dean Jacobs. He's late now. He took us on a long course called the World Economy in 2001. And while we were doing this course, he was teaching us world economy. After 3 months of his lecture, he never mentioned Africa. And I said, Dean Jacobs, you have never talked about Africa. He said, do I want to know about Africa? I said, yes. I paid $40,000 for this course, and you have never said anything about the continent that came from. He said, there's nothing called African economy. Nobody plans with Africa. Have I ever seen a car called African spec? There's Gulf spec, there's European spec, there's American spec, there's anything, so nobody plans with Africa. And the next day, that was a day before his last day in Kellogg. And I was pleased with you to allow me to finish this particular story. And he said to me, can you join me for lunch? And I joined him for lunch. Because he said there's nothing called African economy. If you have been in Kellogg's, it's on the bank of Lake Michigan. As we walked through the banks of the lake, he said to me, do you have any of your country's currency? You see it in my speeches everywhere. I said, yes. Then it was 100 naira, and he said, give me the 100 naira. And he brought $100. I said, which of these two currencies do you prefer? I said, the naira. The dollar. He said, why? I said, because it's 100 naira to $1. He said, keep my $100. I'll keep your 100 naira. He walked a little, we continued to walk. After something less than a poll, he said, Mr. Obi, can you tell me why you prefer dollar to your currency? And I told him the same thing, the rate. That is 100 naira to $1. So you give me 10,000 naira and you have only 100 naira. He said, sit down. So I sat down by the lake. He said, young man, the only reason why you prefer another country's currency to your currency is the amount of faith you have in your country. There's nothing called economy. Economy is driven by faith and hope. You don't have faith in your country is not giving you hope. I founded this school in 1957, and I've been teaching economics. Countries are driven when people have faith in their country and their leaders give them hope to stay. So you don't have hope, so you prefer another man's currency. And he went around to tell me that Chinese people keep their money in Chinese yuan, Malaysians in Malaysian ringgit, Singapore in Singaporean dollar. Then there was no euro. Germans in German marks, Italians in real, British in pounds. That is not the rate. It is the amount of hope they have. Can I ask you for a favor? We've been with you for months. About 3 months then. We've been with you for months. And this is the second time you're coming to Kellogg. And through interactions with you, you're in a wrong business. Are you what is the amount of money? I said, yes. Are you what? I said, yes. Of course, I have more money than that. He said, can I ask you for a favor? Can you go back to your country and participate in building public wealth? Public wealth enriches everybody. Individual wealth impoverishes everybody. You are pursuing individual wealth. Your country is not doing well. Your country needs you, not what you're doing now. Because now you're accumulating wealth for yourself. Go and help in accumulating public wealth. Serve the country, utilize your resources, build a better place for everybody to be rich. When few people are rich, you don't have a country. I came back here, schools were closed in my state for 1 year, children were not in school. I decided it's time for me to leave being chairman of a bank, sitting on that to go and contest. Until then, I never voted. I went home, packed my suitcase, went to Anambra State. That's how I started my politics. Never one day been a member of any party. But I left, went to my village and said, I want to be. I would have told you the other stories of what happened, how I went back to people and said, I want to be governor. And they said, you're not serious.